Chris, how did this project come to you?
Agent called me up and said, "You got the part." It was pretty pretty easy, the good way. Yeah, I had met with Joel Schumacher months before, and just on a general meeting, and he said he'd been a fan of mine, and he'd love to work with me at some point, and, but never really talked specifically about Batman. And then I was just kind of offered the part. But when I was offered the part originally, it was it was still Michael Keaton, and they were talking about Robin Williams, so it was kind of a different movie. Well, I knew everything. I mean, I've been watching Batman and Robin since I was a kid. I watched the TV show all the time. I had the comic books. I had the toys. I was a big fan of them. Well, this Robin was he's very different. Obviously, they've created a new Robin for the film, but he is kind of related to both of the other Robins. I mean, the story is similar to the comic books. He comes from a family of circus performers, and there's the whole tragedy of how he lost his family. But in a way, there's kind of a tribute to the TV show in that there's a line in the movie, a holy whatever it is, that's kind of I think that what everyone remembers Robin in the TV show from. Well, Robin is Dick Grayson has kind of been living a life on the road, almost as a gypsy, being in the circus, and he's tough, he's cocky, and he's dealing with a lot of real tragedy and the loss of his family. He's got a lot of he's angry, and he wants revenge, and he just has to deal with all that. Very funny guy. Yeah, unfortunately, I didn't have that many scenes with Jim. I wish I did, because he's incredible. But this was a really good cast. Everyone worked real well together, and Joel Schumacher, everyone involved. It was a really enjoyable project to work on. Well, I mean, that's what this film is all about, is the technology, and is the costumes and the sets and the special effects. It's not an acting piece, really. I mean, there's acting going on, but that's kind of secondary to the rest of the elements. I don't know. I never even noticed it until journalists started asking about me. I could care less, to tell you the truth. It doesn't bother me if there's nipples or if there's not nipples. No, there's not a lot of rehearsing for a film like this. You kind of, it's pretty basic. I mean, there's a lot of choreographing the scenes, the fight sequences, and they get into some pretty complicated shots. But Joel was, you'd always communicate with him kind of one-on-one. Occasionally we do some read-throughs and stuff. I guess you could call them rehearsals. It wasn't like we took a month beforehand to do rehearsals, but yeah, we would go over things with Joel, and he he's very opinionated, and has a lot of good input and everything, and is very supportive of his actors. He always wants to make sure that you're kind of have the right atmosphere to work in, and keeps everyone's spirits in a good mood. Toughest part, well, the most annoying part was wearing that mask. I hated it. It was glued to my face, and when I was wearing the costume, I could take the costume off in between setups, but the mask had to stay on, and it was hot and sticky and uncomfortable, and I just did not like it.